there, John.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can I ask more than two questions for you?
Anything? Ask away.
Anything, right? So, thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you and to talk about Dear David. I want to ask you what attracted you to this project? I know that it's crazy, but what was
Like
about the script?
it was the I read the Twitter thread. Like I knew about the Twitter thread. I was reading it like as and when it was coming out. I loved the story already. But like Adam Ellis is like as a character, like characters always sort of intrigue me, and like he was like a really intriguing character because of like how funny he was, but how in your face he is, and like his cynicism and sarcasm, and I thought, oh, this guy's a real fun character, and to sort of like watch that sort of progression through this sort of story, that was the sort of thing that always sort of that grabbed me first and foremost.
Yes, yes. He's super. I remember this story back in 2017, but then I forgot about it. And then I was like, when I was reading the synopsis, I was like, oh my God, this guy's back, right? It's kind of a back.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like the way that you guys did develop. Of course, you ended up adding different elements to become more terrifying the story, which I really enjoy. How was like for you to find the perfect actor to play Adam, Augustus Prew, right?
Like I think I said a couple of prayers really, and God answered it with giving me Augustus Prew because it really was like an absolute like gift. He threw himself into this role like just like Augustus. He suffers from sleep paralysis, and he believes in ghosts, and he's had a few encounters throughout his life. So like this just kind of this really spoke to him at a time where he was like really trying to like get over a lot, like it just got over a lot of trauma, and and was healing and could see a lot of um himself in this character. So like as I said, he threw himself into it, and like I think you can see on screen he gives an incredible performance.
Yeah, he's great. I like it, and I even like Justin Long and Andrea. They're
Oh,
like like the supporting cast. I love that. How was create this dynamic, like the BuzzFeed dynamic, like the office there?
like BuzzFeed in my head is just like that. Like hey, like let's have some fun. Let's like all dress up as dinosaurs, and like like and you can see in the background some like I had a lot of fun with things like that. Like there's a shark and a tiger, and like they're always sort of wandering about fighting off with each other, and like like they're having like races and stuff like that, egg and spoon races. Like there's loads of things in the background that I thought, oh, fun BuzzFeed, mental BuzzFeed. And Justin Long sort of like he really ran with that role, like really ran with that role. It was so good. Like I'll give you an example. There's a really fun joke in it where he's like that like Adam Ellis is he's in the meeting, and he's like that story's like really happening, and he's like it is happening, like how you're bringing that back, it's rad too, like wait, like the just having an actor like him just sort of, as I say, just knock lines right out of the park here and there. It was so much fun. And Andrea Bang I've wanted to work with forever. Like as a director, I make like loads of like sort of like lookbooks for projects, for finance, for cast, and I've always got Andrea Bang as like a prototype in every deck. So that was a real dream come true. But like Trisha Black, who plays Norris, like was
Uh-huh.
an absolute find. Like the one of the funniest people I have ever met in my entire life, and one of the sweetest as well. Like I really, really lucked out with my cast.
Also, you have like, of course, the ghost part, like to create that environment, the computers, that because it's kind of another, looks like another movie, you know what I mean? Because there is a different look and feel. How was it for you to create the character, the Yankee, the mom? How was that for you?
Like the idea of like, obviously it was like just trying to sort of play with the deepest, darkest things in the web, and the fact that like people would be able to make fun of a woman that's like lost her child and husband and is in a mental institution, and like all of that sort of stuff sort of was like the things that sort of creeped me out about it, and like how dark the internet can be. So like trying to like make it feel like a normal family was always like what I wanted to do first and foremost with them. But the sort of that sort of dream world and everything else about it, like I kind of like that was a lot of fun, like because I suffer from sleep psychosis. It's like it's not it is sleep paralysis, but not sleep paralysis. I'm still asleep, but I can't move, and I can't breathe, and I've got pressure on my chest, and usually I'm like screaming in the night, and it's very rare, but again, I really wanted to try and find that sort of that line between reality and dream, because that like I love that sort of that space in between, dreaming and reality, or dreaming and waking, and that's that was a lot of fun to sort of do. Like my production team, they were brilliant. Like they built like the windows so that we could fly them out and fly in like new windows at like odd angles and things like that. So it was a lot of fun.
Yes, and how much was like practical effects and how much was CGI, if you have a balance on that?
Yeah, no, there was loads of it that were all practical, like a lot of practical stuff. And obviously the head and the kid had to be CGI, but we had to like have a practical head in place for all of these different things to be able to get that where the light would hit the real head and things like that, and that was tricky. But like try to think of some of the practical stuff, like even him like us being able to like the I'm trying to think. Sorry, there's because it was obviously like the knife with the sort of blood rig and things like that. Like all that was all sort of there, and the oven and all those kind of things were all real. And
yeah, it's a lot. I can see that you use like a lot of like practical effects, and of course there's some CGI there, but I think was really, really cool. And the editing, I loved it, like the pace of the movie. I thought it was really, really cool. And what do you think people are gonna think about the movie? They're gonna think that you're crazy.
Probably. I know, like I set out to make movies for audiences. That's it. Like and there's a lot of winks and nods in this movie to my audience, which is like horror fans, as well as the sort of LGBTQ audience, as well as the Adam Ellis, Dear David Twitter fans. So the apartment, there's a lot of that was is based on the actual apartment, Adam's Ellis's apartment, and the positioning of things and where the door is and all that sort of stuff. There's like Adam Ellis is in the film, it's a little cameo where he's in the background again, sort of I'm wanting to wink and nod to that audience. The horror audience, like there's a lot of sort of like, as I say, like gross moments like that I think are very funny, like that are like that I know like horror fans are going to go because of what it is. Like the bit where the kids, the two of them are looking at each other, and the brains pulsate and it pops and hits them in the face, and like all of that sort of stuff. Like I really hope people enjoy it, and that's all because that's what I make movies for, is for people and for them to enjoy. I know not everybody's going to like it. You're never going to please everybody, but I really hope that people do enjoy it.
Sim. John, I just want to thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to meet you. A lot of success. And thank you so much.
No, thank you, Jana. Have a lovely night.
Yeah.
I be on the internet.
Alice, engaging with trolls is like the worst possible use of your energy.
Me and my internet friends, we be slipping.
Since you joined BuzzFeed, your art got super lame.
And you die in a fire. Don't judge me. Sometimes you gotta troll the trolls.
Why is you all up in my mentions?
Wow. You know how to find out who this handle belongs to?
You really think a weird account is haunting your apartment?
Dear David, he was only 10 when his mother went insane.
Linda, it's Dr. Landers.
This is not my son.
He is your son, and you put him in a coma.
Oh my God.
Dr. Landers?
What? What the hell is that? Oh my God.
You've seen my son, David, haven't you?
What does he want?
Ask him yourself.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.